Hello, and welcome to Yoshi's Story. Out of the blue, the island fell, darkened by an evil spell. The blink of an eye was all it took, and the island became a storybook. The super happy tree vanished too, and once happy Yoshis began to stew. Only baby Bowser could be so mean to ruin the happy Yoshi's dream. The island had paid an awful cost, for the super happy tree was lost. Elsewhere on the pop-up aisle, some Yoshi eggs survived the trial. The spotted eggs in that Yoshi nest would soon face baby Bowser's test. One by one they began to hatch, 6 little Yoshis, a perfect batch. They scratched their heads and looked around, some even tried to pound the ground. Sadness darkened every Yoshi's face, it should have been a super happy place. They quickly saw the problem at hand required a cunning Yoshi plan. If we grow super happy, the Yoshi thought, we'll spoil Bowser's evil plot. Their mission then was crystal clear. They had to go and spread the cheer. So it was, they all agreed to rescue the super happy tree. They set out to follow the trail of fruit to find where the tree had taken root. One Yoshi wondered as he bounced if baby Bowser could be trounced. We'll stay together, the others cried, and stomp his baby Bowser hide. By eating fruit and having fun, the deed would surely soon be done. And so the Yoshi's quest began to find the tree and save the land. Just turn the page and you will see how happiness grows in a tree. So we're playing Yoshi's Story, a delightful game for actual small little baby children. But I played this game when I was a small baby child, so let's play some Yoshi's Story. Yoshi's Story. It's a sequel to Yoshi's Island, not a sequel like this is Yoshi's Island number 2, but it plays almost exactly like Yoshi's Island if you were to take the game and make it for babies. You know, Yoshi's got all the things you'd expect Yoshi to do. Yoshi can flutter jump. If you hold up while you do flutter jump, Yoshi gets so much air. Like, this is Yoshi's, like, normal flutter jump. This is me holding up on the stick. Oh, well, I didn't actually jump very well there. If I hold up on the stick, you get so much air. Yoshi can jump really, really high. Yoshi does the things you expect Yoshi to do. They're eggs. They're Shy Guys. I love the Shy Guys. Shy Guys, perfect enemy. Their design, really good. Like, I just love to look at these guys. Your grandpa, you can change their colors, which is important for a thing. Shy Guys are just good. They make that hey-ho noise they go hey-ho, which is a really good noise. But they make that noise because their Japanese name is hey-ho. And as you can see there, we have a fruit border around the corner. We can make it big. We can bring it in tight if we wanted to, which I probably should because there's a glitch with the in Nintendo 64 emulation, because Nintendo 64 emulation, not great. We're not going to worry about that. You can also hit L to make it disappear if you don't want to see the fruit border. But why is fruit important? So this game, rather than being a standard platformer, where it is a standard platformer where you run, you do the jump, you do Yoshi things, but rather than trying to get to the end of a level, you are instead, and I can't believe I missed that Shy Guy. I'm so bad at aiming. Instead of trying to get to the end of the level, you want to eat 30 fruit. The second you eat the 30th fruit, the level ends, because that is your goal in the video game of this one. So eat a bunch of fruit and be really happy. These bubbles, you pop them by throwing eggs at them, or if you're a joyless miser like me and just want to save your eggs, you can hop on them. You can hop and pop. Hop and pop the bubbles. It can take a little while, so it's not always viable to do. It's just better to throw an egg. Eggs typically aren't super high in demand. You'll be fine. Actually, before I break this, I want to read this message block, because this message block is great. Break time. Rock block so blue and hard. Break it with eggs. Leave it in shards. Love the rhymes in this game. I'm just a big fan of rhyming as a Banjo-Kazooie fan. So White Shy Guy, let's be friends. This is a practice course, so the White Shy Guy can't help you yet. White Shy Guys are like your one-ups in this game. If you were to lose a Yoshi, you lose a Yoshi by running out of health, denotated by the smile meter in the top left corner. That wonderful flower, such a good health system, being like, hey, here's a flower, and I believe This kind of became like the standard for like Yoshi's like games, where it's like, here's your flower. Much better than just like the number counter for Baby Mario going bye-bye. Baby Mario, not in this game, because instead of Baby Mario, we got the Baby Yoshi. So if you run out of health or you fall in a pit, Yoshi will be taken to Baby Bowser's castle. If you finish a level with a white Shy Guys will not show up unless you have lost a Yoshi. This is a practice course, so they're just showing you white Shy Guy to introduce it. If you finish level with white Shy Guy, they'll go save Yoshi for you, which is nice. As you can see here, if I eat this pepper, Yoshi doesn't like it. If Yoshi eats something they don't like, they take damage. But if you eat something they like, they heal. Because Yoshi's a small little baby, they only like sweet things. They're also a strange dinosaur that we don't understand the physiology of. They love fruit, can be born of it, apparently. Die because they don't got enough juice in them, depending on your Yoshis. But they like the fruit. Oh no, that visual. There was just a little visual glitch there. I'm not sure how well that caught in the camera, because the recording is doing something strange for some reason. Oh, this is bad. I only want to eat the melon. I mean, it actually doesn't matter right now, but I typically only want to eat the melon. So I was trying to say something. So we're invincible. Let's talk about that first. When you're invincible, you run quicker, your tongue go farther, you can jump higher. When you ground pound, it kills enemies and turns them into fruit based on their color. It pops bubbles. Being invincible, who would have guessed it, is good. This is a power butterfly. You eat it, it heals you to max. Like you saw 8, because we have 8 petals on our thing, and we could break all those blocks, but we don't really need to. So this is a thing that I don't enjoy about this game, is sniffing. You can hold R at any time, and Yoshi will sniff out for secrets. And when you find a secret, Yoshi will go, look at the camera, and when you're right above it, Yoshi will be like, wow, wow. And if you ground pound there, a secret will appear. Typically, it'll be coins or a melon, which is good and cool, because we like it. I think there might actually be another one down here. Okay, no, it is just the one down here. I don't like finding hidden things in games if they're not signposted really well. And as you can see here, obviously, practice course, they're literally signposts telling you where to go. And this game does usually have some nice signposts telling you, like, oh, hey, there's a thing here, or, just something to, like, point it out, some kind of difference. But some of them are just, like, randomly thrown into the level, and I just don't like hidden things like that in video games. It's just a complaint I have. So there's a little mini game here. There's a few different kinds of mini games, but once again, they're all to get melons. So the goal of this one is to get to the goal without dropping these blocks, and if you get to the end without dropping any of the blocks, they turn into melons, which is good. So earlier, when we ate our 6th melon in a row, if you eat 6 fruit in a row, it spawns in a heart fruit. That's the thing that makes you invincible. Hooray! And I love whenever you become invincible and the smile meter gets happy and goes, whoa! The sound effects in this game. Wow, this game's so great with sound effects. Soundtrack, aesthetic, because this is like the first Yoshi, it's the first Nintendo game, I believe, that kind of did this like crafted aesthetic that's kind of become their bread and butter. So as you can see, I've only been eating melons. In every level but practice, there are always 30 melons, and melons are worth the highest amount of points per any of the fruit. There are other like tiers of fruit, which we'll talk about in a moment, but the trials and tribulations of this game. So this game's like a score attack game. If you want to play this game like, if you want to play Yoshi's Story with like skill, it's a like score attack game where you want to get like all the coins in the level and defeat all of the enemies. So Shy Guys, and I guess enemies in general. You get more points for defeating them by stomping on them or throwing an egg. You get more points than eating them. You also get more points if they're your color. Like you saw, I believe I did it. You can ground pound and change the colors of the Shy Guy. So you want to defeat all the Shy Guys at your color, get all the coins, eat nothing but melons. But for some reason, there are not enough melons to do a full melon run on practice. It's a little strange, but we're just going to jump into story mode. Woyo, indeed. And introduced to page 1, beginning treasure hunt. So we have 4 options for levels that we could play, and there's a wonderful little Poochie just spinning around. I love these little like diorama like pop out. I guess it's a pop-up book because it's Yoshi's Story. But I love the aesthetic of this game. It's so good. But we're gonna jump into page 1, beginning treasure hunt. So the way this game works, there are 6 pages, so 6 worlds. For each page, you only play a single level, then move on. So you play 6 levels, and then you finish the game. So the game's meant to be played over and over again, which kind of adds that score attack element of the video game. There's also like trial mode that we saw on the menu, so you can play any level that you've already previously played. So Yoshis. The only difference between every Yoshi is their favorite fruit. So green Yoshi, favorite fruit watermelon, yellow Yoshi, favorite fruit banana, blue and light blue, both favorite fruit grapes, and red and pink, both favorite fruit is apple. Aside from that, no differences to the Yoshis. So why do favorite fruit matter? Like, you also saw the lucky fruit there. So melons are worth the most points. Lucky fruit are the second most, I believe, and your favorite fruit is the third most points, which is a little strange that lucky is more than your favorite, but whatever. And then all the others are worth about the same amount of points. I'm going to pick pink because pink is my second favorite color. My favorite color is green, but green Yoshi is the default Yoshi. And we've already seen default Yoshi. And also, I'm a hipster and just, I never want to play with the default, even if the default one is the best one. I always want to play with some kind of variant because that's the kind of person I am. I'll just go ahead and grab another egg while we're here. Why not? So something I enjoy about this game, there's a lot of things I enjoy about this game, a lot of things I want to talk about. I like that the different color Yoshis have different color eggs, and when you eat like Shy Guys, like I'm just going to go ahead and change your color, even though eating you as red would give me a red egg, I believe. Actually, let's test this. It won't give us a pink egg. It'll give us a red egg. Yeah, you get like the eggs like are based off like the colors of things you eat. Different colored Yoshis like have blocks that spawn in their color. I love that so much because like in other Yoshi games, the color of the eggs have like effects. Like in Yoshi's Island, like some will give you like red coins or coins, and like it's an entire thing to find like the right color like eggs and stuff. This game, it's just aesthetic, which I appreciate. I want to see all the fun colored eggs because I am 5 years old when I played this game. And I like the pretty colors a whole lot. And this is Miss Warp. Miss Warp, very good. Weird Humpty Dumpty, like, egg lady. She will help us if we wake up her sisters. We can warp between them. Pachyderm. This enemy, for some reason, is very iconic to me. It made it into Smash Brothers on the Yoshi's Island stage in the background, so that's probably why. But you ground pound it, you can jump over the Pachyderm. Otherwise, you can't get past them. And I love them. They're such an odd-looking enemy, because, a lot of things in this game just look odd, and it's really good. Also, speaking of odd, we just get a melon for jumping up those surprise balls. It's literally what they're called. I'm not being crass or anything. They're called surprise balls. Oh, hey, this made a face. I grabbed the coins. You didn't really acknowledge it. Also, yeah, Shy Guys turn into the color fruit that they are whenever you ground pound when you defeat them, which is weird. When I picked up that special heart, it spawned in coins, and it made a little face there, but I picked them up, I guess, maybe too fast for you to notice. Which, is cool. Sometimes in special spots, coins will spawn in. And this is something I'm going to want to not forget later, because there's an even special thing, as long as we're good. This is another minigame. So before we had, like, a little race, and I should probably spot this. We had a little race where we had to get the blocks to the end of the goal without dropping them, play with physics. In this one, we just got to make it to the goal before the Chain Chomp eat the melon. Chain Chomp eat the melon, you don't get them. But if you get to the end before Chain Chomp eat the melon, Lakitu come in and give us the melons, which is nice and good. And we, since we ate 6 fruit in a row, which I hope I mentioned in practice, it spawns in, you eat 6 of the same fruit in a row, it spawns in a thing. It spawns in a heart fruit. Not a thing, a heart fruit. It has a name. And because we ate the heart fruit here and became invincible, it spawned in a letter made out of coins. Every single level in this video game, aside from practice, will give you has a letter, a hidden letter somewhere in the level where if you become invincible, it will spawn in a letter, and that letter was Y. So maybe we'll play all the levels in the video game and see what it spells out, because it spells out something. Oh nope, and the Shy Guy managed to get me, but it's fine because I'll eat it and heal, because that's Yoshi, very strange creature. Actually, I want to be careful here because that's not what I wanted to do. Not what I wanted to do at all, because I would eat nothing but melons. If I were to accidentally eat another fruit, there's no way to, like, purge yourself. Yoshi can't take a poo. You can't poo out the fruit, like in one Animal Crossing New Horizons. You can't do that. If you eat a fruit you didn't want, you have to live with the consequences, the full life consequences. So you just try not to eat the fruit you don't want. Only eat the fruit that you do want. It's just like real life. There's a lot of trials, tribulations, difficulties in the video game Yoshi story that we'll have to contend with. So something I really appreciate about this game, I mentioned the crafted aesthetic that, Nintendo's kind of, like, made this their thing. Like, they do this in, like, almost every video game now. Like, they've done it in Zelda now, they've done it... I guess Mario hasn't really done a crafted thing. I guess there were, like, the mini games that had the, like, little, like, March of the Minis, Mario... Donkey Kong versus Mario, that's the name of the series, Mario versus Donkey Kong, it's one of those. it's just like a thing they do. And instead of talking about the thing I was going to talk about, I'm going to talk about Poochie instead. So Poochie, as we all know, Poochie ain't stupid. I may be stupid. Poochie is not. So Poochie is a very good boy. And Poochie will save us the trials. And I keep saying trials and tribulations, but it'll save us the difficulty of running around the entire level and sniffing, which would be very annoying because there's lots of hidden things. And Poochie won't always be here for us, but luckily Poochie is here for us. And when Poochie stopped to bark, Poochie is letting us know that there's a hidden thing here. Is Poochie very good letting us know what's up. That's a special heart. There was a description there that would have told us things, but I just skipped through it. Oh, so that sound effect. I'm going to talk about that before I continue. Yoshi just went, wee-how! But I always heard it as ni-hao when I was a little baby child, which ni-hao, I believe it's Chinese for hi. And I don't know how I knew that as a child, but I knew that for some reason. And Poochie, unfortunately... Wait, did Poochie despawn, or did Poochie just go ahead? Poochie may have despawned. This may be like an emulator thing, because I've had some weird things happen while emulating this. Also, we can come this way. I'll just go ahead and come this way. We can see there's coins here. There's lots of spots like that where you'll spawn on coins. This is another path. It doesn't really matter all that much, but you can come over here where you see Shy Guys. You get more points if you manage to defeat multiple Shy Guys with like one egg shot. So that's like the best way to score points, is to make a lot of Shy Guys your color and then do the thing. I think Poochie straight up despawned, which will be bad because, like I said, Poochie's kind of here to show you, like, hey, Poochie ain't stupid. Poochie will help you find the things. But now Poochie is gone. And I actually don't. Oh, thank God, Poochie, you didn't despawn. I was so worried. But luckily, you're still here. You didn't abandon me in my time of need. Also, actually, I believe it's this one. This message box says White Shy Guy. So if you were to, like I mentioned, White Shy Guy 1-up. Since we haven't lost a Yoshi, the White Shy Guy will not show up. But if I were to have, like, died in level 1, because I'm a small wee baby lad and ran out of health or something, you get the White Shy Guy, take it to the end of the level, and then you would be able to get the Yoshi you lost back, which is nice and helpful. Thank you, White Shy Guy. You are our friend. So special hearts, like I was trying to mention earlier, there are 3 of them per level, and they're tied to the levels. So as we saw at the beginning of this level, we had a choice of 4 levels to pick from, but if you were to get no special hearts in a level, you would be forced to play stage 1 on the page. Getting the other hearts unlocks the opportunity to play different levels. Oh, but no, okay, I did manage to get the medal there. Those medals, if you get them all, they spawn in, what do you know, a melon. Because, like, basically everything in this game is a trial to get a melon. And God, I love this Poochie design. I feel like the Yarn Poochie design is obviously superior. Yarn Poochie, very cute, very good. But I love just the designs of this game. Everything looks so weird and strange, and it's just good. It's a very good game. So something I've been trying to be careful about is the way things spawn in. Like, you heard me. I was worried that Poochie despawned, just because I was worried because the emulation's been a little weird. I've had sprites not show up and stuff. But I was like, did I talk about special hearts? Because I'm thinking so fast. Playing Yoshi's Story, you gotta kick your brain into overdrive to play the Yoshi story. Fruits spawning in, like these hidden melons, if I were to like walk away, I believe they despawn. I'm not sure if you have to like leave the area, which I'll describe in I guess a moment, or if you just have to, oh, thank you. I'm not sure if you have to like walk away, or like if you off screen it and walk too far, if it'll just despawn. Is there not a melon here? I thought there'd be a melon here. There's something here. Okay, let's just remember that, because I want to come over here. We'll wake up the last Miss Warp. I showed you what happens when you jump on a Miss Warp. But let's go ahead and just thank you, Poochie. I don't have the means to pet you. You may smell my butt. That's something that you dogs enjoy. Actually, wait, there's a good like crouch walk that Yoshi can do. Yeah, you gotta like get the stick just right, which doesn't emulate well the way I'm doing the emulate. There, oh, yeah, you see, it's kind of like a little bit of duck walk. Yeah, there we go. Such a good animation. Perfect animation. Lovely, beautiful, love it. Thank you, Poochie. I appreciate your service. And actually, let's go ahead and use this. So the way this game works, you eat 30 fruit, you finish the level. That's how you finish the level. There isn't like a goal at the end of the level. That pot took us back to the very beginning of the level, because like if you hadn't eaten 30 fruit, it would loop you back and give you another shot to find 30 fruit. And that's what you're supposed to do. Obviously, there's abundance of fruit, so this game's very easy to play casually, but if you're playing it pro mode, trying to find all of the the melons, you're gonna have a little bit of a harder time having to sniff everything in the video game. But luckily we have our friends, Miss Warp, to get us around. We hop on She-Head, and she jumped real good and rocketed us off to one of her sisters. Thank you. And I believe Poochie went back to his home by the pole. We freed him, but he's gonna go back and wait for his owner, I guess. Maybe someone owns Poochie, or maybe like someone mean like a Baby Bow tied up the Pooch. Uh-oh. I was so sure that would be our last melon. Is there a melon over here? Because Poochie was like barking over here. Uh-oh. I may need to run around the level and find the last melon. So I may have to run around and sniff like an idiot. Did I get all the... Yeah, we got all the special arts at the very least, so we don't have to worry about those. Oh, here we go. Is it just right here? Wow. Nope, just more coins. Uh-oh. This may take a while, but that's fine because I'm going to... there's just something I wanted to... There's a few things I want to talk about. Let's talk about this first. Luckily, I played Super Mario 64 first before playing this one. I got my Nintendo 64. Got my Nintendo 64 through Best Buy commercial. I did. They used to have a thing where you could submit commercial ideas. I used to call it the Daddy Store, which my dad thought was very cute because it was very cute in 1998. It wasn't weird back then. But I got a bunch of video games through that, which was nice because I went straight from the NES to Nintendo 64. Didn't have a Super Nintendo, so I had never played Yoshi's Island. But I played Super Mario 64 before playing this, which is probably good because this probably would have blown my mind. But luckily, I had my mind absolutely demolished by the power of 3D graphics. But just like this is a 2D platformer where they're like different planes. That's so cool. Like routes and directions is very nice. I always like when you find these shy guys who are just like chilling off on their own path. You can't kill them. Like if I were to become invincible in Ground Pound, I guess that I could get them that way. I can't throw eggs at them. Yoshi is a benevolent god who will not kill their subjects, and definitely not just being unable to defeat the Shy Guys. That's totally not it. But I adore this game. This game has a great soundtrack. The soundtrack done by Kozumi Totaka, one of the big Nintendo soundtrack people. I love Totaka soundtracks, and this being composed by Totaka, you know that there's a Totaka song hidden somewhere in this dang video game. So the soundtrack very good. The entire game uses this same motif. I don't know stuff about music and how to describe things. I believe it's like a motif. What you call this kind of like Yoshi story theme is just all over this game, and it's very good. Is this directly under the egg block? Oh, I guess not. Well, there's something here, so I should find it. But I like the Totaka soundtrack. I really appreciate this motif being used throughout the game. You get a lot of weird and interesting musical styles, and I love the soundtrack a whole lot. Totaka, also the voice of Yoshi in this video game, and I believe continued to be the voice of Yoshi forever. I don't think they ever re-recorded these Yoshi lines, and if they have, it's more of a recent thing, because they use these lines for ever, and I think they still use them. I might have just recorded some additional ones or whatever, but it's very funny because you hear Yoshi's voice. Yoshi's voice, very cute, very high-pitched, but it's not like Totaka going "Weehow!" Doing a high-pitched voice. It's a filter, and there's a video on YouTube of what Yoshi sounds like without whatever pitch filter thing that they use. So you can just hear the clips of Yoshi going or Totaka as Yoshi going "Weehow!" just like that, and then it's just sped up or whatever. It's very good. I appreciate it. Totaka, very, very fun music, and I like it a whole lot. I've already mentioned, the aesthetic for the game, very good. It's just a grand old time. Love the sound effects. Yoshi's sound effects, so good. Like I mentioned, the Ni Hao. This is also the game where the turkey noise, the comes from, and then was, of course, used forever. And those are all the nice things I had to say about Yoshi's story. Now, we're in the muck of it. I gotta find a melon somewhere in this level. As you know, I thought it was off, but just because I was sniffing. We only need one more. There is one melon hidden somewhere in this ding-dang level that I have managed to miss somehow. And I'm going to find it. Also, Yoshi's just a cute waiting noise. The emulation's messed up and now sprites aren't spawning in. Here it is, the last mountain, so the sprites have messed up and it didn't spawn in. But there's a melon there, and we have now gotten all 30 melons in the level. So that was page 1 beginning treasure hunt. And now we get to see the fruits of our labor. I may have said that in the practice mode. And here you can see like how to max out the points. And I think there are just straight up max point totals per thing. Like, oh, there's, you know, this many fruit, this many enemies that you could get. Like, there is like, oh, this is just the best score you can get for this level. And also you get scores for having more Yoshis. Oh, and it's going to tally our thing for the entire story mode. So we'll get like our, you know, current like best thing for the entire playthrough. And so the adventure began. The Yoshi set out to find the Super Happy Tree. Poochie the dog helped out. Not even elephants could stop the Yoshis. So far so good. If they could stay happy, the tree would be saved. The page turned and the Yoshis grew happier. Oh, Yoshi didn't do that. Sometimes when the page turns, Yoshi goes, da-da-da-da, wow! So, I love, like, so this game has a lot of, like, good Yoshi sound effects. And also, I love this diorama of the Bone Dragon and the Blarg down there. It's very good. Obviously, I think this game's good. But the sound effects are so good. So, like, Yoshi's good sound effects. I love when they sing their little song. The song's a little annoying for us adult people, you know, if you were to listen to it a whole lot, because I believe it's in Smash Brothers as a song, and you can just listen to them go like the end, because you can just listen. I don't think they have the lyrics in the Smash Brothers version. Maybe I'm just weird. I don't know. But I think they're supposed to be saying the end, because it's the end of the level. But I've also heard it as like the apple. So I always think of it as the apple, but I think it's the endo. Also, at the very beginning, when they go, Nintendo, I always hear it as Weeping Bell. Like, Weeping Bell, but it's supposed to be Nintendo. Yoshis are good. I like their sound effects. Yoshi Story, a fun game. Okay, so now it's time for you and I to get real. So I tried to do this Let's Look as if it was a first episode of a Let's Play, because this is a game I would actually love to Let's Play, because I think this game's delightful. I have a lot of nice things to say about it. I think it's a fun game, and I've always wanted to do the 30 Melon Challenge. However, 30 Melon Challenge is actually kind of annoying to do. Obviously, you just need to know where the melons are, but my memory isn't, like, great. If you've seen any of my other videos or just heard me talk at length, you know, I forget things very easily. So just going and memorizing where things are is kind of hard for me. And there aren't nice maps of the levels. Typically, when I do Let's Plays, I'll, like, to practice for a game, I'll play it, like, in advance. Like, I'll play the game in advance, obviously, for, like, things I want to do practice. But then I don't want to play it too close to, like, recording, because then, you know, I'll just be too practiced and can go on autopilot like I do with a lot of games that I'm, you know, played a whole lot, which is can be good for commentary, but also can be bad because then I'll, like, ignore what's happening and not talk about gameplay, because then I'll just be like, oh, yeah, you know, just kind of go into a trance. I don't want to do that. So a thing I like to do for getting practice for a Let's Play is looking at maps of the levels and being like, okay, this is where this is. That's just kind of like, I like maps. I've always liked maps in video game, like level map things I think are cool. Yoshi Story doesn't have nice maps just online. Like, you can find sprite rips of the levels, which are, you know, basically the maps, but they don't have, like, the stuff on them. There is a Yoshi Story, like, Nintendo Power guide that I downloaded, but it's very laggy for some reason and a little difficult to use, because I don't have a good PDF thing on my computer. I tend to use just the Chrome one. But even with, like, I went and downloaded a good PDF thing. I tried a few out, and it's just very difficult PDF. There's some, like, weird lock on it, like DRM or something that, like, messes up the pictures, and then it just loads very slowly for whatever reason. I don't know, something wrong with the PDF. That's not my job to know. So I don't know, just practicing up for this game could be very annoying. Like, even in this first level, like, I managed to misplace one melon and then had to go look around for it. So there's 24 levels in the game. So this would probably end up being like a crazy hunt for melons. So I'm not sure. It's a game that I theoretically would really love to Let's Play, because I find this game adorable. I love the music. The music in this game is so good. I love it a lot. And I just like the idea of like going through and like reading like all the things like in the page turn and the Yoshi's grew even happier. I think that'd be fun. But in practice, I think it might be a bit of annoying Let's Play. So I just, figured I'll do this as a Let's Look. Put this bit on the end, where you and I, we're having a bit of a rap talking about the thing. This is a thing that y'all are very interested in. I'll suck it up and practice, but otherwise I'll just Let's Play something else. I don't know. I got a bunch of other things that I want to Let's Play. So if, I guess, people aren't just like super duper, you're like, yeah, we love the Yoshi story. Let's do Yoshi story. We'll probably just leave this as a Let's Look. But I had fun with this game. I enjoyed a whole lot. Yoshi story. Wee-how! Weepin' Bell. Oh, also, the Nintendo 64 emulation sucks.